Good morning, everybody. We are live. The first live stream of the year. Macro Monday is going to be joined by the Vamp CEO, Dominic Ryder is what he goes by. We're live. I actually just sent him the link. He just texted me, said, link, sir. I said, oh my goodness, I'm rusty. I haven't done this in an entire year. So we'll be getting Dom in here as well, guys. Welcome. Haven't seen you guys in a full year. It's been a year since we've seen each other. Actually, I took the past couple of weeks off because I was down in San Diego having some fun, but now we're back. We're ready to get after it. We got Dominic Ryder coming on. He is the Doom King. He goes by the Doom King. Let me tell you what, guys, crypto's looking a little bit bullish. I'm excited to see what he has to say about the overall crypto market. We'll be getting him to join us in just a second. If you are joining us here, guys, as always, make sure to smash that like button. Welcome to the show. Let me see who is here in the comments. Say what's up. The first show of the new year. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. We're going to be having a good stream today. And like I said, the Doom King is coming on while crypto is pumping. I'm excited to see what he has to say about the crypto markets. How are you guys feeling? Are you feeling bullish? Are you feeling bearish? Let me know in the comments. Shane Lockwood is here. He said, afternoon, mate. How are you? I'm doing great, man. Got up this morning, did a little 6 a.m. workout. Probably drank too much coffee a little bit. Is there such thing as too much coffee, though? I had a lot of coffee this morning. But now we're feeling good. Proud Mom says, old Bitcoin. I've been seeing old Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at that. I've been seeing old Bitcoin. Is old Bitcoin, how can old Bitcoin be older than Bitcoin? That's one thing that we won't understand here. But I have been seeing it. I've been following it. I know the price is looking strong on old Bitcoin. But besides that, we shall see. But let's go ahead and share our screen here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great day in crypto. I feel like the past 6-7 months have been absolutely abysmal. Abysmal. It's been hard to even get out of bed and look at the charts because it's just been down, down, down. SBF has happened. This has happened. Terra Luna. But today, some good news in the crypto market. Currently at an $858 billion market cap. Bitcoin is at a $17,320 Bitcoin, Ethereum at $1,300, BNB climbing up the ranks to 281, XRP not moving at all, still sitting at that 35-cent mark. XRP, a token that I'm probably most bullish on just because of what it does in terms of its utility. But also, I feel like they are going to win or at least settle with the SEC, which is bullish news. Cardano at 32 cents, Polygon Matic at 86 cents. Solana, where's all my Solana haters, guys? Everybody was shitting on me. I did sell a little bit of my Solana, but I still do hold a generous amount. Solana back at 16 bucks. Okay. And Polkadot, another one of my holdings at $5. Not looking too good for Polkadot. Let me know, guys. What are your top holdings here? What are you holding? Are you holding Bitcoin, ETH? Let me know in the comments what you guys are holding. And let me see where our special guest is, Dominic Ryder. Dominic, where art thou? I'm going to tell him right now. I'm going to say I'm live. I'm live, sir. Join us when you're ready. Derek Wood said, I'll put that back up in a second. Derek Wood said, I'm bullish on B. I'm bullish on B Roots and Shibosu. What is B Roots promoting nowadays, man? That guy, I swear, that guy, he's promoting. Actually, I did see one of his tweets, which is kind of funny. Someone made a B Roots Inu. He's like, I'm not involved in this, but I do support it. I think that's very, very funny. And my guy, Nicholas Mufuletto, said, check out old Bitcoin, Jake. We will. Thank you for the $20 donation. Nicholas, that is the first $20 donation of the entire year. Nick, you just made my day. Thank you so much. Let's bring in our special guest, Dom Ryder, the CEO of Vamp. I haven't seen this guy in a full year. Dom, how you doing, my friend?
Testing. I'm trying to, you've gone quiet for me, so I'm not sure if I can if you can hear me or not. I'm trying to get
I can hear you. I can hear you. It sounds like you're from London, mate. I can hear you all right.
I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Is this my actual microphone? Does that sound any different?
You sound good. You sound good.
Fair enough.
And you look good too. We look a lot better close up. I'll tell you that much.
Thank you very much. See, yeah, we're rusty. That's the problem.
We are rusty. I was telling the chat. I was telling the chat before, you're like, it was 9 o'clock. You're like, hey, you're going to send the link? I'm like, oh my goodness, dude. But forgive me, bro. It's been a full year since I've done this. You know, I'm a little bit rusty. We're getting back in the swing of things.
I can see also you haven't tweeted for so long. It's like, you've forgotten how to spell.
Did I spell something wrong?
No, I was just joking. But you know, one thing I have realized, you capitalize every single word.
I do. And you know what,
Why?
Dom? It is so hard to consecutively go back to that space bar at the beginning of each word and do it. But I do it for the people. I do it for the people because I
Are
think
you
that
Yoshi? You do
this,
it for the people.
no, I think I just do it. I like how it looks, to be honest. I'm more of a guy. I just like visually, I think it looks more synchronistic, if you will. Like I have OCD. Like I either want to do all lowercase, I do some all lowercase, or I like to do all uppercase. And shout out to our guy Nick again. He said, "Here's another one for being awesome." Thank you so much, Nick. I appreciate you. Got Richards is ball in the house. My guy Dondo said, "Morning, Jake. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Dondo, as well." And Leonard Piffington. What a name that is, huh? You got to check out
I've
Mets.
heard him on here before, definitely.
52% burnt, 18% staked. But yeah, I do the capitalization. I don't know why, man. I might switch it up. But I'm back on Twitter, dude. Feels good. Finally back on Twitter.
I bet. Yeah. See, I do. I would capitalize some things that I know grammatically wouldn't have capitals if I want certain emphasis. But every word, just for me, that triggers my OCD seeing that.
Yeah, I do it. I don't know, man. I've been doing it since I've started my Twitter account. I just think it looks better on Twitter. Now, you are the Doom King. You are the Doom King. Dom, the crypto market's looking good today. I mean, is the Doom King? Are you still feeling doomish, or are you feeling a little bit bullish with what's going on today?
It depends on what we're talking. I mean, I love pumps. It's just more chance for me to add to my shorts. I mean, so I'm averaging in another 50 Ethereum Bitcoin short added on to the pot. I enjoy it while it lasts. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, you know, we're still led to believe, right? Who else has like gone under since FTX? No one. Nobody has come out and said yet, yeah, we got screwed. So what was that massive like black swan happens, third largest like exchange collapse in the world, and everyone's fine? No, somebody's lying. They're probably making it a lot worse by doing that. So yeah, I'm still bearish, but I mean, I enjoy the green like as much as anyone else. But yeah, 7th agrees with me, and I agree with 7th. But you know, yeah, when it's going up, and you know what I am absolutely loving, Cult Pump.
Yes.
The rug game, that is by far the most incredible concept I have. It's genius.
Can you explain it? And is it out? Like, can I pull it up online? Is it on Twitter?
Go on to if you go on to theruggame.io/leaderboard, that'll bring up the leaderboard.
/leader or theruggame.io/leaderboard. Okay. So
wait for the music.
Oh, let me put the music on. It's playing here. I got to sync it here. theruggame.io, guys. And if you are in the chat right now, make sure to smash that like button. Let's share this with as many people as possible. How do I get the music? I don't hear any music playing.
Should automatically play. If you got like you might have your browser automatically muted. If you go on to
I don't think so.
Because if I get it up in my sidebar, right, you probably hear it straight away.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't hear any music. Usually I do. Maybe it's off. Maybe it's broken. Usually, like I don't have anything in my browser that says no music. So I don't know if that's
well, no, I just got it up as well, but maybe it's because we're in a recording.
It might be. It might be. But what am I looking at here? What is the rug game?
This is essentially it's Squid Game on the blockchain.
Interesting.
So there's 10 tokens, and you are supposed to pick a team, and a team is THERUGG G star, AM, and then E star, and each token has a 4% tax. 1% buys and burns the token itself, the letter. 2% currently buys and burns Cult. That will change to 1% Cult, 1% TRG once its TRG launches. The main governance token is not actually out. And then 1% is sold for wrapped Ethereum and is stored on a contract to reward the winner of each round of the rug game. So at the end of a 30 to 60 day period, one of these tokens that scores the least will automatically rug. On a random day between day 30 and day 60, one of those will be rug pulled. And the liquidity, all the Ethereum from that token's LP will be used to buy back TRG and send it to TRG stakers. And the wrapped Ethereum will go to the token that is winning at that time period. So it's Squid Game on the blockchain. Like literally
Interesting.
You have to compete against each other.
So how do you play though? Like how do you compete? How do you actually play?
You pick your letter. So you pick and decide which one you are going to basically back. I mean, what's so good about this is the game theory. So it's not just about like, you know, the more volume, the more you get, because you can see the difference in market caps. So you've got what's is that 650,000 top T compared to the bottom one, which is like 50K.
Yep.
So if you're burning 1% of a token, right? So if I'm buying something that's $1 million market cap, okay, let's say the token is worth $1. So what that means is that when I buy $1 worth of that token, 1 cent is burned because it's 1% of the token. So if I'm buying a 50K market cap, which has the same supply, then with my dollar, I buy 20 tokens.
Yes.
Which means that 1% of the 20 tokens is 20 cents. So the bottom tokens burn 20 times more with the same volume than top tokens. So this is where the game theory comes in, because if at day 30, the bottom token, everyone is going to be like, okay, I'm getting out of that, it's going to rug. But they dump it to a much lower market cap, which burns it much more. And so you can find that everyone's trying to get out of the worst one because it's going to rug, which then makes it no longer be the one that rugs, and the one behind it will rug instead.
It's a very interesting.
You can tell it's by the cult devs, can't you?
You can tell it's by the cult. Exactly. It's very interesting concept. So are all these tokens already live? Like the T token, the H token, are these already live?
All of those 10 are live, but TRG, the governance token, isn't yet. That's being TRG is the full token, the rug game. So those are the letters. There's 10 of those, and then you've got the main token, which is TRG, which is the rug game token, and that's I don't know when that's launching.
Oh, there's the Let me see if I can I'm gonna mute this for a second. But so my only thing is, there's the music now as well.
Yeah, I don't know how you mute it, to be honest.
I don't know. I just went to this and it did it. It's very the music is crazy.
But yeah, I mean, it's really, really clever. And you can literally pick any of these. It's still going.
I put it there. So let's say you pick it. So my only thing is always like, will people lose money? Like when you invest in this and it rugs because of the game, like a Squid Games, like let's just say it dies. Where does that money go?
So the Ethereum is used to buy back TRG and send it to TRG stakers.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's I mean it is what it says on the tin. So it's consensual rug pulling. You know, everyone who's playing this game knows what they're getting into. You know, it's not like where you're randomly trusting, like if you invested in 10 low cap shit coins, you know full well probably more than one of those is going to rug. So this is basically taking it out of these scammers' hands. They are saying, like, this is the game. One of these is going to rug, and you can benefit from it by owning. And the thing is, what's so nuts about it is that there's a core Telegram group, and like it's just people just you can look on like Dex tools and you can see that like everybody has downvoted the T token because it's winning. Like everyone is flooding the shit out of like individual other letters. It's like proper like a brawl out there. It's amazing. It's just so fun and so original. It's so good.
Sounds crazy. The rug game.
Crazy.
Sounds crazy. 10 tokens are live. When does the game go live? Like when does this thing start playing?
So the actual game is live. The first rug will happen between day 30 and 60, which I think it launched like a few days ago. So I guess in early Feb. Between early Feb to early March, one of them will rug.
This thing is crazy. Well, my only hope. So it's like, but are you able? So I guess if you think your token. So what? Remind me again. Like, what is the criteria for it to rug? It has to have the lowest market cap.
No, the lowest points.
And
those points come from burns, and this is where the game theory comes in, because you can, and it's one thing that I've been thinking of. So you know how like. You can market make and do like volume bots. If you want your token to look more active, you can get a bot to basically just buy and sell and buy and sell. I was thinking I might do that to like the lowest cap token and send it to oblivion. Just get so many points, because the thing is, what people don't realize is this is what it's going to get like towards the end, because people are going to game the system, because the rules literally state that there aren't any rules. So I can bot the shit out of my token, like with volume. I can just volume. Obviously, the reason why you can't do that endlessly is because there's a 4% tax. So this is why it's genius again. Because if I want to win, I need to create volume. Volume burns Colton TRG. So I'm incentivized for volume, because volume gets me points and volume produces the burns. But at the same time, I burn more at a lower market cap. So you could actually find that towards the end of it, communities might actually say to everyone, right, everybody dump your tokens, because it's not about going from price, 50K to 1 mil. If you want to win the game, you will burn much more at a lower price.
This game sounds insane. Sounds like Squid Game. Sounds insane, dude. It sounds like the most Degen game ever. The rug game. It is. It literally is. And I know people at home right now just licking their lips. They're like, I can't wait to play. Other people are like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? The rug game.
You can get, how do you win, somebody just said. So the top scoring token, so you've got the taxes are 4 buy, 4 sell. 2% currently burns Colt, but that will be 1% TRG, 1% Colt once TRG launches. The other 1% burns the letter itself. And the other 1% collects wrapped Ethereum. So you've got 30 to 60 days worth of wrapped Ethereum from 10 tokens and all of their volume being collected. And at the time of the first letter's rug, all of that Ethereum is sent to that letter's holders. And also the Ethereum from the rugged LP is used to buy the governance token and sends it to stakers. So
Yeah.
It's
It's
crazy.
complex. Yeah, it's crazy. You can tell, like I said, the cult devs thought, how's like the cult community taking it? Are they excited about it? Are they
At first, they thought because there's transactions between the cult deployer and the deployer of this. So originally they thought like, oh, it's like somebody's trying to LARP them, and they thought it was like just going to be something that was going to be annoying. It would like drag away attention, but it's burnt like something like billions and billions of cult. And they absolutely love it. They're all picking a letter. They're all like going at it. Like I've seen them in there. There's already names I recognize. I need to pick a letter is what I need to do.
you should pick a letter? What are you going to go with? The
So
rug game.
I'm going to go with the one that's like lowest. I'm going to work for my bags, and I'm going to wash trade the shit out of it. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna get a smart contract, and I'm just gonna churn it. So I'm not going to tell everyone here because I don't want them jumping into my letter. My letter, I'm just going to send.
I like that. And can you pick multiple letters, or do you have to pick one letter?
I don't know. I think I guess decentralization. You're free to do whatever you want, but I think you're supposed to have like one. But I own every single one. Like I'm not going to lie, I've got every single one. The max TX is 1%, and I max bought every single one as soon as I heard it.
That's what I do. It's like you have to look that way. You can't lose. But this it sounds interesting. The Squid Games of crypto is live. The rug games. What about Colt? Colt had a nice day yesterday. Some big green candles for Colt. It was trending on Dex Tools. I saw a lot of people talking about Colt yesterday. What was the main news? What's been happening on the Colt side of things?
That was the news. The rug game was the main news.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that's what's been pushing the chart because if you look, if you go into the little into the Dex Tools buys and sells, I mean, what does it say the volume is right now on Colt? Like
2 million
in the Uniswap bit
on Uniswap.
24-hour volume. It should say on the left-hand side underneath the green lock.
Yeah, 2 million.
See, I'd say that a good portion of that, if you go down, you can see all of the tiny little buys that come in, and all those little buys are the ones that's got the like. Can you see the filter with like the 500 or like?
Yeah, 633.
So yeah, that's these tokens.
Really?
That's the rug game buying.
Really?
That. How many Ethereum does it say?
On that 633?
Yeah.
107 ETH.
107 Ethereum worth of that. Is that buys and sells?
Just buys.
107
ETH. Purchase just from this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense why the community would be like, oh, I like this game a lot. it's fun, but it's also it's
funnily enough, yeah, I guess that's one easy way to buy that, and they're doing an airdrop for Colt and Revolt stakers. So I mean, that's pretty surefire way to get a community on site. A, buy and burn shit tons of their token. B, airdrop your token to the token holders.
It's smart. Yeah. So should we expect to see this volume continue? Like what was the traditional 24-hour volume? Let's just say like the beginning of the year. What was Colt's 24-hour volume looking like compared to what it's at now?
Well, I mean, the volume in crypto altogether is like dropped off a cliff, but 2 million is much higher than Colt's been like averaging. But I remember when Colt was like, when it had its insane run, it did 80 million Uniswap volume at one point, like 80 million just through Uni. Nuts, absolutely nuts. But yeah, I mean, as long as the rug game's doing what it's doing, it should carry on.
Yep. You mentioned the volume, and we got awesome. I believe this is awesome in the house. Osbone, Jake sent me a link. So I can hop on. Yeah, I'll send you a link right now. Awesome in the house. My guy Rodney in the house as well. Awesome wants to talk about MMAI. Let's get him on here. And speaking of volume, though, the SHIB volume, dude, is insane right now. While I send him a link, have you seen the Shiba Inu volume today? Up over 309% on the day. The Shiba Inu volume is going insane.
Why is that? Do you know?
I'm just guessing. The Shibarium coming out, crypto market's looking good. It's just, but 309% is fucking insane.
How's Bone doing? Because Bone is the gas token of Shibarium, but they did say that like Shib would be burnt with it. But yeah, Bone is their gas token.
It's doing so good that Awesome Austin changed his name to Awesome Bone. So I think Bone's doing good. Let's get him on here. He'll tell us how Bone's doing. He'll tell us about MMAI. But I mean, dude, 309% on the day. I mean, you're an expert in this field. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it's a good indicator. I mean, you can't trust all volume. Mostly because of the fact that like almost every exchange that isn't Binance, Coinbase, the proper big ones, they will do an element of wash trading. But with the benefit that you have with Shiba is that, actually, I'm not sure if it is a benefit. Obviously, they didn't pay to list on any, so they won't have market makers. If you look at their DEX vol, look at their DEX volume compared to their sex volume.
Sorry, I'm laughing. Rodney said that's not the real Austin. That's hella funny, bro. Because I just sent him a link. Rodney sent everybody. Shout out to Rodney. Rodney, my guy, absolute legend. Dom, you know Rodney, right? Absolute legend in the space.
Absolutely.
Absolute legend. I just got trolled for the first time. I just got duped for the first time here, Dom, in 2023. I just sent Awesome Austin a link. And he said that Awesome Bone is not the real, but watch him pop on. Who knows what will happen? Shout out to my guy Hovey as well. Welcome to the chat. So
tell you what, go on to Colt's page, right? You can see there, right, sex volume versus DEX, and you're always going to see tokens like SHIB have higher volume because they're on all the exchanges. But if you look, 3.5 million in DEX volume, and then if you go on to Colt,
wow,
yeah,
2 million, not bad.
Exactly.
Actually, rather incredible.
You can see like what the difference it makes, like, because the thing is Binance has got so much more volume than like other ones. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fake volume on centralized exchanges because it's just wash. Like it's buying and selling in order to paint nice charts. Because every buy and sell obviously is a little candle on the chart. And if you don't have any buys or sells, it just turns into like a rectangle.
Yeah.
And exchanges don't want that because it makes it look like they don't have any real users. So they try and make it look as good as possible. Wash trading is actually illegal in literally in the stock market or anything. It's counted as a type of market manipulation. But obviously crypto's gray area is not regulated. Therefore, wash trading is allowed.
And shout out to everybody that's joining us. Beaver, my guy. Beaver, Prince of Blocks, Paul. Shout out to Rodney for sending the whole squad here. And also shout out to the fake Awesome Austin. Is it great? I mean, is it still gray area? I feel like, at least in America, it's like the SEC does crack down on certain things in crypto, even though it's considered gray area. But I feel like if it is illegal in the traditional stock markets, it's probably illegal in the crypto markets as well. There's just not as much regulation, but it still doesn't make it legal.
Well, you say that, but like there's plenty of US licensed exchanges that I'm on where we have market makers. I guess it's probably more of the plead the fifth. Like, don't ask. They're not going to tell you, please, can you wash trade? But they will. They'll ask you, have you got market makers? And then you just say yes. So that probably and almost certainly means if you listed and the charts looked awful, that's when you get delisted. So it's almost implied. They can't say do it, but you know they got to know it's happening.
You need the charts to look good. What up, Doc Hughes? Happy New Year's to you. Happy New Year's to everybody, guys. Hopefully everybody is having a great New Year's, off to a good start here. Bud Yeti, migration successful. Bud, it makes sense, Bud. Welcome to the show. We just got a $50 banger, Dom. You know what happens when we get a $50 banger? We pull up the charts. Old Bitcoin. First off, are you in it? Second off, I don't even know what it is. Is it actually called Old Bitcoin?
I've
Do I
seen
find
a
it?
few things like this. Like I keep seeing people show like Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Black.
I saw BC. I saw
Yeah,
I saw
I'm
Bitcoin
seeing
Black,
that everywhere.
old Bitcoin.
Old Bitcoin. Is this like a
Nicholas,
baby?
you're gonna have
baby
to tell me what the contract address is, because typing in old Bitcoin to Dex tools, there's like thousands.
What does
Old
that?
Bitcoin. BC.
Yeah.
This might be it. No, this is not
Oh,
it.
it actually is the BC.
It's BC, yeah. Okay. El
I
Jefe.
didn't
Oh,
know.
El Jefe's in it. Happy New Year, Paul. Nick said yes, sir. Immigration complete. The immigration is now complete. So it's BC. I think I've seen B Roots tweet about this. I've seen it online, and
What does it do? I've seen it a lot, to be honest. I've seen it showed.
found it. Let me know if this is it. $5.71 million market cap. What does it do? It's a meme coin that hopefully will make people money. Damn, it looks like the old Bitcoin. Damn, look at the chat right now, Dom. Old Bitcoin squad came in tough. This is all thanks to our friend Nicholas's donation. And what's up, Bernie? Bernie's in the chat. Good to see Bernie in here as well. Bree is here. Bree, we missed you at New Year's. I don't know if Bree's ever going to come party with me and Rodney. We got to see. Market cap is $5.71 million. This is my first time looking at the charts, looking at the tokens. We'll give you an honest review here, Dom. The holders, 3.41 thousand holders. Chart looks good. Chart looks strong. Website, did not mean to do that. Let's go back here. The website, and is that the website? That looked terrible. Is this the website? Dude, that looks, I guess it might be a play on like an older website, right? I would guess. Like an old.
I don't know if they're
Bitcoin
trying to. So if you go to bitcoin.org, that is like the original Bitcoin white paper.
That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, it's a throwback to that. There you go.
I think so.
Yeah, it is. Because I was going to say there's no way they would put together such a shitty website. But if it is like a remnant to the old Bitcoin white paper, then yeah, this looks good. So what does it do? I don't know. It's got 20,000 followers already. Welcome to old Bitcoin. Exactly how Satoshi envisioned it back in 2008. Buy Bitcoin at less than $1 today and join the community. I like it.
So what's like what's the like message, like why is Bitcoin not what Satoshi envisaged?
Ask the chat. Ask Nicholas Mufaletto. He's the one that brought us here. He sent a $50 donation. Nicholas, tell us what the hell this does. I wish I could just send a link. Nick, tell me your Twitter. I'll send you a link. I wish I could just have him come up here and talk about it. I guess that's kind of like what Shill Tank, huh? But it's similar. It'd be like the YouTube version.
We actually make our own.
Yeah, this is the Shill Tank. No, I think it's just interesting. But yeah, it obviously would be good. But we can find out because it's cheap option for Degens. There you go. The one thing I've realized more than anything, Dom. Oh, look, Awesome Austin's in the house. Awesome, I sent you a link, Bernie. I thought it was you. He's like, yo, send me a link. I want to talk about MetaMonkey AI. I was like, all right, for sure. Come on. But it was Bernie. But awesome, we need to get you on the show here pretty soon. But the one thing I've realized in this crypto space, dude, is that there are so many Degens. There are so many people that just want to put money in any random shitcoin and hope it goes up rather than having some sort of investment plan into some legitimate blue chip projects. Like, I don't know if it's just the space I've found myself in with the content I've created, but man, there are so many people that are in this meme coin space. And I'm in it too, because it's like, you do have that chance. I hate selling the dream to people, but like, it's actually true. Like, you saw it with Shiba Inu, you see it with coins all the time. Someone throws in $500 and it turns into 20K. It's like, you can't do that with Bitcoin, right? But it's just like the amount of attention that's in this space is insane. What do you attribute it to? Is it just the human psychology of hitting the lottery? Like, what do you attribute it to?
I think that there's a certain amount to be said in regards to, firstly, like human psychology, a sense of belonging, a sense of community. Also, the fact that the ability to try new things and screw up. Really, to be honest, like take a look at the Cult, the rug game. Like, those concepts You know, you can't just like go to a VC and say, oh, by the way, I want to do this. Why? Because Degen's on the internet will love it. That's not a business plan. You know, there's no revenue, there's no profit to be had for anyone. You know, obviously they could keep some tokens, or they could, keep some of the Ethereum from the sale, but there's no revenue model. They are just launching this because it is fun, or it's like a good thing to do. Cult, decentralized venture capital trust. But, you know, if nobody bought it and there was no volume, it wouldn't have raised any money. It wouldn't have worked. That's a risk. And somebody had to take that risk. So it allows people to do that and do that anonymously, which has its benefits, has its drawbacks. But what it does allow for is for people to just let loose in all senses, whether that is just conceptually, you know, and all of the other ways that come with it. But just try new things and to find other people who are also on that journey.
Yeah.
Get deep.
You are getting very philosophical here. But yeah, it's interesting. I get it. Look, Nicholas said, let's see what Nicholas said. The utility is shill to earn, also future staking and marketing. I love like the future. It's like, well, what is there now? 2% buy and sell, 1 million volume daily. And the marketing wallet earns roughly 20,000 a day to buy back and burn and add to liquidity. Dom, give me your honest thoughts.
What were the taxes?
The taxes are, I don't know if I think it's
future staking and marketing, 2% buy and sell. As I can see a comment.
2%, and 2%. Yeah.
Is this the utility of it on the screen now? The shill to earn app?
I believe so.
Is that that's not what Satoshi envisaged, is it? Like, or is this a different one? I don't get Bitcoin as Satoshi originally envisaged.
I think I don't know, man. For me, it just sounds like it's a way for people to make money. It's an interesting concept, you know. It's like it's a play on the old Bitcoin. Like it's an interesting concept.
Definitely, the hype is definitely there because I keep seeing it everywhere. Maybe I'm following too many degens.
Let me tell you this: I'm not in. I don't know if I'm going to get in, but I hope this thing does well. Watch me regret that. Watch this clip get saved. It's at 28 cents, and one day it hits $16,000, and people are like, "Dude, you had the chance to get the new Bitcoin." Excuse me, the old Bitcoin. But we'll see. Shout out to Nicholas. Thank you for donating, and we appreciate you. Dom, we have a competition going on. And by the way, guys, we have 105 people in the chat, guys. Welcome back. If I haven't seen you since last year, this is the first stream. So happy New Year to each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys set some New Year's resolutions, some goals, and are ready to accomplish that shit. I know me and Dom, we changed up our times. We're going to be doing this every Monday, 9 a.m. PST, Macro Monday. You're going to see the Doom King switch from very, very bearish to hopefully the most bullish man in the world as we stay consistent throughout this year, because I do believe that crypto is going to take off. Today's a good day for crypto, Dom. Today is a good day for crypto. Things are looking good. And we're going to need you to get more bullish on the show. I think you're going to get more bullish on the show. I think you will.
Eventually, I will do. I think it's getting close, but I think I shared I think it was the last tweet I might have shared actually on my Twitter. Like there is no fear in the markets at all. Everybody says like, oh, everyone's bearish. Like when everyone's this bearish, like, you know, we always go up. And that sentiment is true, but Twitter is not the world. And if you look at this chart, I'm hoping, there we go. We can talk about our rebranding afterwards, but
yes, I have that pulled up too. It looks sexy. It looks sleek.
So that branding and logo was done by the same people that designed Airbnb and Tinder. So that's the same logo designers.
What's Tinder? Married men like I do not use Tinder, Dom. Married men such as myself. I'll tell you what though. This might be competing for one of the best profile pictures / backgrounds in the history of cryptocurrency right now. Is this your Bored Ape?
It is, yes.
Fucking
zombie eyes.
Fucking phenomenal. Yeah, man. I almost regretted that when Bored Apes were around 50 ETH floor price. I was like, fuck, do I do I buy a Bored Ape? I was really considering it. And now it's at what, 70, 80 ETH. Like, I really regret not purchasing a Bored Ape at that time, but good for you for getting that. That thing looks sick. Let's talk about the rebranding. But first, actually,
you went on there to get up my chart first.
Oh, you're right. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Need to show everyone how.
Is this it right here?
Yeah, click on the FAQ just so that people know what the chart is. The next one.
Okay.
So this chart is the VVIX, which measures. So it's the VIX is nicknamed the Fear Index. It's a hedging tool that people buy if they want protection, basically. So if you think there's going to be a crash or anything, you buy the VIX as a volatility hedge, because if there is a crash, it goes up. And so the VVIX, which is the chart, it measures the 30-day expected volatility of the VIX. So the VVIX is the volatility index of the volatility index. And you can see on the chart that we are at 2014 lows in terms of the VVIX. So nobody is scared. There is no fear in the market whatsoever. It's just on Twitter. Like, nobody is scared whatsoever. So the very opposite, the very reason why everyone says, oh, everyone's bearish, it's going to go up, that's just their circle of Twitter. In reality, that is a stock market, and crypto is dictated by the stock market at the end of the day. It cannot outperform yet. And there is no fear in stocks. And
so let me come in real quick, because I want to make sure we're on the same page. So you're saying that there's no fear in Twitter, but there is fear in the traditional markets.
Yes.
And what does that mean? If there's still fear, you think we have lower to go?
The opposite, actually.
Okay, tell me what it is.
So there is fear on Twitter, but there is no fear.
Where's the fear on Twitter? Is there a lot of, I almost feel like there's less fear now. Like, I feel like, I mean, if you go on today, obviously the markets are looking good. Shout out to ASMR fan as well. But if you look at, like, people are more excited on Twitter than they were the past couple of months.
I mean, I'm generalizing over like a longer time period, but more people think that we're going down further than going up.
True.
Obviously, it's not as scared as it was. Like, currently we're getting a bit more exuberant. But generally, people don't think the lows are in, and most people come across bearish on Twitter. At least if it was like a month or two ago, everyone was so scared. But like, there is, in the stock market, as you can see, like, this is literally the volatility measure of the fear index, and nobody is scared. And you can see, like, it doesn't take a genius to see, like, you have historic mean reversion. Mean reversion means that it just comes back to the average. If you look at that chart, there is an average volatility measure, and it's probably, draw a line right through the middle of that, and that is your average. And at some point, it will get back to that average. And right now, it looks way closer to extreme complacency than extreme fear. And that is why I am bearish, because it's at the bottom of the range.
Yeah.
And when people get complacent is when it all goes to shit. Every time somebody was actually scared and buying that's the top. As in, my go-to mantra of buying like volatility index or hedging, for example, I will still go long even though I am short everything else.
Yeah.
But I buy protection not when I need it, but when it looks cheap. Because that way, if you buy protection when there's fear, it's never a good price to buy it. You buy it when you feel complacent. And right now, everyone is feeling complacent. So I'm buying fear. As in, I think that fear is going to come back. Therefore, I will buy fear because fear is cheap right now.
God, you're depressing me. You're depressing me. You are depressing me with this. But to be honest, since we met in London, London, when I went there, you've been right about pretty much everything that's happened. That's why I like having you on the show, because it's like, look, it might not be news that people wants to hear, but it might be news that can protect you, right? Like if I would have listened to what you said back in London, I would probably be in a better financial situation now. Although my strategy is pretty simple. I don't try to day trade every day. I buy these tokens when they go on sale, and I hold long term. Volt Army represent. Shout out to the Volt Army. Big buys coming in for Volt Army. I got a video on that dropping in just a bit. And Bree said he got Jacob. He didn't get me. Bernie didn't get me. I did not get fooled and send Austin a link to my stream thinking it was Awesome Austin, although it was called Awesome.
Did you have to like reset that link or something, or was there somebody who could join at any moment?
Awesome. Well, I sent it to his personal Twitter account. So a fake account showed up on YouTube. I sent it to his Twitter account. That's why he came in here and he's like, yo, you get fooled again. Look, guys, I haven't done a stream in a full year. He's probably clipping it right now. Bernie, fool me once.
I'm already sick of that joke. And that's the 5th time you said it.
Well, I got about 13 more minutes to say it a few more times because this is my first stream in a year, so I have to say things a few more times.
Okay.
But Bernie, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again. What was our great president George Bush? What was his famous line? That J. Cole put in a song. It was like, "Fool me once."
Got the wrong guest on for this.
That's true. That's true. I'm sad to break it to you. I stopped watching The Crown because I started watching White Lotus. I don't know if anybody here has watched White Lotus. If you haven't yet, turn off the screen. I know you're watching our show. Turn it off. Go to HBO Max. Start watching White Lotus right now. Best show.
You know what we need to watch? Tell you what, this is better than The Crown because it's still British, but it's definitely not as like. Oh look, that's for the rug game there.
Rug game.
Gangs of London. You've got to watch Gangs of London. It is brutal. Like proper, like almost like Games of Thrones level, like gore and brutality. It's incredible, and it's really not as like what's the word I'm looking for? Begins with a P. Pretentious as a Crown.
I like it. Yeah, Gangs of London. Look at it. Keep it ratchet. Just absolutely in the house. What's up? Keep it ratchet. He said, White Lotus is amazing. Gangs of London is amazing. Hashtag AMC. ASMR fan Googling White Lotus. Trust me, ASMR fan. I haven't steered you wrong yet in my life. My good buddy who I who puts me on game, he was like, you got to watch this. I stopped watching The Crown to binge White Lotus. It was incredible. All 16 seasons are done. Now, Dom, let's get to the new rebranding. I'm always interested in how companies like choose their logos and why they choose it. So the old branding was good too. It wasn't like it was bad at all. It was very, very professional. What made you want to do the rebranding? And maybe does this have some symbolism? The triangle.
Right back at you. What do you see?
Well, I see, first off, when I'm looking at this, like, yes, I understand it's Vamp, so I do see a V, right? But I see a triangle that is pointing in this direction for some reason, upward and to the right. I don't know if that's symbolism because that's where we want the charts to go.
Green arrows going up.
Was that done on purpose?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, cool. So your branding hit. And guys in the chat, let me know what you think. What's up, My Ultra Journey? Good to have you in here, brother. Mad Cultish. Let me know what you guys see as well, because it's not just up to me. But I do see green arrows to the right, but I also do see a V here for Vamp.
So originally they had a. So originally, I think that I think one of the first drafts I saw it was filled. So there was no triangle within the triangle, and it was just the cut through. And then I thought, I swear I've seen that before somewhere. So I said I like the fact that it's a triangle, but I don't know which way the triangle is going in the old one when it didn't have the actual like point. So I said let's make it obvious that there is a direction to the triangle, because even though it is a V, you need to have that tiny little indent, which makes okay, that is a green arrow going up.
I like it.
Mad games.
Hawk in the triangle. Abstract Hawk in the shout out to May You Be Well. My Ultra Journey, who is on his journey. I want to hear more about your Ultra Journey. On his journey to run an Ultra Marathon. He said, I didn't see it until I said it. Now that's all I see. And Bree said, that's a nice logo. Simple. Aesthetic. I like it. I like it a lot as well, Dom. I think it looks great. Now, this is a competition that's going on for Bybit.
Ooh,
Competition to get listed on Bybit. So you're not listed on Bybit. For anybody that's in the Vamp community, you can do this. Deposit USDT into Bybit. More stables equals more volts. This ends on January 11th. You vote for Vamp. If you vote for Vamp and we win, you will be airdrop tokens on January 13th. What type of airdrop if you win? Like, is it just a pool that goes to people that voted?
Yeah, decent size amount, to be honest. I think it's 120,000. In fact, more now, because I think it's 6.5 million Vamp. And where are we now? We're at we're at 2 cents maybe, or just under. Let's say we round up 2 cents. So that is, quick maths, 130,000 US dollars worth of.
Damn.
So I don't know how.
It's a lot of money.
Basically, one vote per USDT or stablecoin in your wallet, up to a maximum of 10,000 votes. So let's say you got $10,000 in a Bybit account already, or another exchange. If you deposit that $10,000 into Bybit, then you get 10,000 votes. So let's say I've seen people get before, like I think like Colt got like 8 million votes. So let's say that was all in 10,000 accounts. So 10 would be 100,000, and then 100 would be a million. So let's say that was 800 people with 10,000, 130K divided by 800. I don't know, like $100 each.
Not bad. Just to vote.
Some money there.
I like how these like, how did you get offered this? Because I always see it. I see what happened with Volt Inu. I see what happened with these tokens. Are like, hey, put in money, deposit. Like, first off, do the exchanges approach you? Bybit, did they approach you? Second off, like, why exactly do you think they're doing it? Give us the real answer too, not like the CEO answer because you're working with them, but it's like, are they doing it to get more money on their accounts? Is it just good to open up new accounts? Is it just healthy competition? Like, why are they doing it, and how did they kind of approach you for it?
So they do have a couple of reasons behind it. I mean, they will do outright listings for two reasons, and most exchanges are like this. It's not just Bybit. They'll outright list tokens when they're of a certain size and doing certain volumes. Like a top 500 token, for example, will get a direct listing. Where you are smaller token, smaller market cap, or a meme coin, they will do these competitions because it incentivizes people to set up the accounts. I mean, this is one thing that I noticed with Bybit. It's a bit different because with this, you've got to set up a account, and then you've got to deposit in order to get votes, and the more you deposit, the more votes you get, which is a good way of doing it. But where you have like a voting competition where all you need to do is set up an account, then that obviously incentivizes people to just like bot it, set up as many as possible. But the thing is, a lot of exchanges know that, and they like just accept it, because at the end of the day, when they're going to their investors and going to their shareholders, at the end of the day, they can go, oh yeah, we've seen an uptick of a new 100,000 users this quarter. In reality, it's bullshit. It just means that they can value their business higher when they sell it or borrow against it. So they know full well that these things get, botted. So they need to put precautions in place, which is what Bybit have done, in the fact that it's not just like, I think that you can, if you set up a new account and you KYC, which is another key thing, you get 50 free votes. But, what's 50 free votes when someone's got 10,000? But yeah, I mean, it's good because obviously, a real human.
0.5%. I think around there. Dom, have you seen this before? How do you get a square logo on Twitter? Is that new? That's new, right? I think it must be for like these gold. And what is the gold check mark? I was kicked off Twitter for so long. 2 weeks off Twitter. Let me tell you what, though. Can I tell you something? Dom, those were the best 2 weeks of my life not being on Twitter. Mental health through the roof. Positivity through the roof. Not being on my computer all day and being outside. Like it was the best 2 weeks of my life.
What I've noticed, like, honestly, just you cannot do, like, I've always like been one to moan about how awful being a crypto dev is. Like, honestly, people just abuse you for no reason.
Bonk.
And even if you do everything possible, like they will still just, some like absolute twat has just been just throwing accusations, like calling me a scammer, because I don't even know what. I think it's just because because I pay for influencers. That makes me a scammer, because surely nobody is an independent thinker and everybody is just the same as everyone else. And just think honestly, do so much for people.
Yeah.
And somebody will always find a way to just give you shit. It's frustrating.
That's why you have to take my piece of advice that I give to every single person, developer, influencer, is to stop reading the comments. There was a time back in the day where I used to read comments and I'd be like, it would affect me. People would be like, fuck you out, JK. And I'd be like, damn, that hurts. Like, I don't even know you. What did I do to you? But when you stop reading it, Dom, guess what? It doesn't exist. You don't read it. Stop reading comments.
Yeah. See, thing is, with some, it's what's annoying is you block them, and they literally take it as like a sticker, like a notch on their belt. If you block them, you've got something to hide. It's not like, oh no, I'm sick of your shit, and I'd actually like to stop getting abuse from a random stranger. But no, I blocked you, and that means I am a scammer.
There's crazy ass people online, and I tell it to everybody, you gotta stop reading comments. You gotta, I mean, your situation is probably different. And I respond to people, if I see it, sometimes it pops up and I'll respond and be like, hey, what's up? Or if I ask something, if I'm curious about a project, I'm like, hey, what's the next project at 1000X? Or I ask something, I'll go in there and kind of see what the trends are. But for most times, man, don't go through your notifications every day, just kind of scrolling, looking for bad shit. It's not good for your mental health.
I mean, yeah, but you see the hidden bit, and you just want to see what's in there. Usually it's
is there a hidden? Is there? Oh, the hidden? Yeah. No, never.
I always
never. Never.
I'm just obviously a sadist, but
you like that shit. Yeah. You like it.
Respond to this comment.
I'm not going to respond. I just responded. May you be well. Got me. While I was also kicked off Twitter, we had Bonk. What the hell was Bonk, dude? Was this just an airdrop token? Who was it airdrop to? What was Bonk?
It was a Solana-based meme coin. I say was. I think it still is. It's just dumping a bit. I mean, yeah. Where do you find a Solana-based chart?
The market cap is the only.
Yeah,
place.
It's
But was it airdrop? Just airdrop to random people?
No. So I believe that it was, but you had to do something. For example, my team are Solana maxis, and it's really annoying because I'm not a big fan. But I think you got it if you owned a Solana monkey business NFT. And I think there's other ways you could have got it anyway, but yeah, I mean, I don't know why it went so mental, but it did.
It's just one of those things. There's times in the day where just things go mental, and Bonk it looks good though. I like the logo, but yeah, it was just airdropped. It's just one of those things, man, that goes mental. Are you excited for the meme coin space to make a comeback? Do you remember back in what was it, June, July, August 2021, where just everything was going insane? Literally, bro, any token that launched that had a website and a roadmap, probably 1000x. It was a wild space. I remember thinking yo, this is the ultimate hack to life. You can just put money into anything and it goes up. Obviously now it's you put money in anything, it goes down. It's the opposite. But are you excited for that comeback to happen? And do you think it will eventually happen?
Yeah, I mean, it is it's a side effect of loose monetary policy. Literally taking an exciting and fun comment and making it as boring as possible here, but that sort of exuberance of buying any random picture of an NFT, buying any random token, that is what happens when you are given tons and tons of money by the government to stay at home and do nothing. And that's what happens when your central bank prints 33% of currency in circulation in 3 years, because there's so much money everywhere that people just do whatever with it. And so it will come back, because inevitably when they break something by raising interest rates too high and keeping them high for too long, and like the housing market or whatever it is collapses, they will turn that printer back on, and we will be back to that exuberance again.
Let's
See,
go.
I saw that literally your eyes lit up.
Yeah, let's go. That's what you said. You're like, they will eventually turn the money printer back on because they have to, right? And then guess what? We're going to have high inflation and all these, tightening on the interest rates. And then guess what? They'll turn. It's just how you kind of explain it to me in London. You're like, this is a never-ending cycle. Like it will continue to go. They're going to continue to turn their money printers on until it breaks, right? But like this is a never-ending cycle. There's no getting out of it, right?
Well, yeah, you just need to. If you look at every bear market since 2013, or it could be since, I think since 2013, they've got not crypto. I'm talking about stocks. If you look at the peaks and troughs, like they have all got, I think, an 8% like worse than the other. So like 2020 was like 8% worse than like 2018.
Yeah,
2018 was like 8% worse. So that takes us to like low like 2,200, the new bear market. I mean, it's crazy that like NASDAQ was 34% down last year, and that was only 2020 levels, like 2 years. That's all that was.
Yeah.
The gains in the market since COVID are like utterly insane. Like if you pull up, or even let's see if I can get my CMC up. Sorry,
Jay Ellis said tax season is coming. Tax season is upon us, at least here in America. It starts January 1st. It ends, I think, April 15th is when you have to submit by. But tax season is upon us. What's up, Philip? Good to see you here. Happy New Year to you, my brother. Taz Crypto. Twitter files NFTs. Haven't seen them. Seems like it was a free mint, and now some are selling at 0.1 ETH. Bullish? You bullish?
I am not. Here you go. I'll share my screen and
share that up. Gala gushing? Man, Jake is so bullish on Volt. I am bullish on Volt. Right 2023, in my opinion. Gala gushing? Are you sharing your screen? I don't see anything.
There we go.
There we are. Show me some magic. Show me some magic here.
This is my amazing chart. This literally, I have all of the receipts on Twitter to prove this.
What is this? What is this thing?
So this is a Fibonacci, which measures, Fibonacci sequence. Just nobody knows why, but almost every like life form on the planet matches the Fibonacci sequence, which is just so this is that from peak to trough.
Gotcha.
And then you have the trend line, you have moving averages, 50, 100, 200, 150. Then you have these here, just what I've drawn, basically patterns I've noticed. So when we got here, I was telling everyone, oh, it's going to hit here. And everyone said, no, it's too obvious. It's not going to do that. And it did it. And then I said to everybody, I literally highlighted this box before this big drop here. And I said, this looks just like this, this, and this. And inevitably it did.
I might remember this because like I think you actually might have even said some stuff on our show. I'm pretty sure this was back when we were streaming too, like all four of us. And I think you were saying stuff like this on our show.
I would have probably had this exact one up, like this exact chart. But I mean, I use it all the time. I mean, it looks to me like we might end up here, which is at the Fibonacci, at the 38.2 Fibonacci, combined with the 200-day moving average. If we hit that, I would not be surprised. And in fact, we got like fairly close. I mean, it depends. If we close under this Fibonacci, if we close under the moving average here, then we probably have peaked for this little bit. But yeah, going back, like people think that so many people started trading right here. And inevitably, if you start trading over COVID because you're a little bit bored, like, why wouldn't you think stocks only go up?
Yep.
But then if you look back in history, you can see that like it's not just a COVID problem. Like if you started trading from 2009 up only, constant, like this chart makes COVID look like a little blip.
Look, there's a chart that I literally had before. Like, so people think that I am insane when I say that we could get back to like 2020 levels. If we hit here, right? So that's November 2020.
Yeah.
That's December 2020. So we were here 3,200, literally like 2 years ago. That's all.
Crazy.
So there's where I literally was. So if we got down to here, that is 2 years, right? So that's a 2-year time period. Now, if we look at the peak to trough, right, here we are. So .com bubble, 2000. So it took us 2000 to 2007. It took us 7 years to regain what we lost in .com.
Wow.
And we didn't have quantitative easing then. It took us, so 2007, it took us 2013, 6 years to recover from that bear market, just to get back to where we were. But people think it's absolutely insane, that I think that this bear market could last longer than 2 years. This is December 2021 to now. So what's that? This is a year. So to think we can't go lower, like the blip isn't like this. This is a normal functioning market. Everything up until like this 2014 area where after the European debt crisis and everyone started printing money to solve every problem. This is the insane part. This is not normal market function. This is a bubble. This is normal, where stocks go up and then when they overheat, they go down and they go up. But then here we decided that printing money solves all our problems. And here we decided, okay, let's turn it on and go absolutely insane. Like this period from like 2020, just that is so obviously a bubble that it's unbelievable. Like if you look long term, you can see like just how out of control the market got. Like, this is like the equivalent of back in the 1600s when tulips like went insane. But we learn, and to think that this bear market lasts a year when 2001 to 2008 didn't, like, to think it's all going to be over very quickly is just dreaming. So the best case is that we absolutely tank as quick as possible, and it is the most steep and illiquid sell-off we've ever seen, because that will make the Fed panic. And inevitably, when you do have full panic stations, we have a quick recovery. They all called it a V-shaped recovery because that's exactly what you had in 2020, literally a V-shaped recovery, except they should have stopped printing money when we got about here, but they didn't. We were still printing money. In fact, the European Central Bank is still printing money.
Really?
The Fed stopped printing money about probably about here, maybe. So this is what caused inflation. It wasn't Putin. Like, I hate to break it to you, or everyone. Like, Putin has nothing to do with it. If you print, so between this period here to this period here, throughout all of human history, modern human history, 33% of US dollars ever printed, ever in circulation, were created between here and here.
Crazy.
And then we think, oh, it was Putin, like, because he invaded Ukraine. No, it wasn't. That's just a lovely fairy tale to get rid of their terrible decisions. In reality, it was wholly expected that if you print, trillions and trillions of dollars over the space of 10 years in, a market this is 33 years here. And this this is 2 years. That's 33. Like, that sort of gain, it just isn't, it's not the bottom. Like, it looks like, if you look at this is the monthly chart, obviously, that goes back like all this time, and it looks like this is it looks like it could go a bit further. You can't really see because I've got all those like things on it, but if I go to a 4-hour chart, it looks like this has lasted forever. It's sort of like, surely it's got to recover, but it's glaringly obvious if you study history, like to think that this is what a normal market looks like. You can be fooled into thinking that if you just look at 7 years, because that's all this is. Like you could think like this is normal. In reality, like that's a tiny little drop compared to what we have had. Like that little blip here, like compared to this, like there's much more downside to come, in my opinion, in stocks.
That's what we need. You know what? Getting me just absolutely depressed on a Monday morning. That's how I like to start my weeks. But look, it's real stuff. And I think you make valid points there. It's like when you see how quickly we ran up and to think that we're just going to go down a little bit, it almost doesn't make sense. But who knows? I think a lot of it has to depend on when that money printer terms on.
Oh.
Shout out to Leonard as well for the $5 donation. Check out Mets.
You need to hope that we actually crash and burn. That's what gets the printer. As in, this is what is like taking so long for everyone. Like the fact is that the Fed will not cut interest rates until there is blood in the streets. Like,
True.
And there is not blood in the streets, as you can tell by the fact that everyone's doing all right. Stocks are doing all right. Crypto's recovering fine.
Yeah.
And
Not yet.
If people are making money, then they are spending money, and therefore inflation stays.
So let me ask you,
to make people poor.
When do you think this will turn around? Your honest opinion. What year? What year do you say, hey, the bottom will be in, the blood is in, the money printer is going to come on, Bitcoin's going to hit whatever you think it is, 2,500. When do you think that this thing is going to turn around?
So the stocks have never bottomed before we are officially in a recession, and we're not officially in a recession. And also stocks have never bottomed with the VIX below 45, and the highest we got to last year was in January of last year at 38. So, I mean, I think that I think the worst will be behind us first half of this year. I mean, historically, if you have a recession and a bear market, then you see like an average of 33% drop in the preceding year after that. But I think that we got one big steep, like illiquid carnage sell-off, and then we'll probably be like up and down a lot. I think that I wouldn't say necessarily the next big tank, the low will be in, but I think the most like the violence and the fear bottom will be in.
Well, we'll see what happens. First half of the year. Dallas Blockchain, good to see you in here, my brother. Happy New Year to you. He said before February, we're going to see a 14K Bitcoin. What was our low this most recent cycle? I know it was like, did it hit
15 and a half?
15 and a half?
Yeah, something like that. 15.1 maybe.
You may or may not have called that. You may or may not have called that. To the dollar, I think.
Where are we? We got to on Bybit. We got to 15.44. So it would have been around that last year, but yeah, we could go anywhere. We'll see.
We shall see. And let's just see here for our guy Leonard. Leonard said, "Pull up Mets chart. Is it MetaTools? Yeah, MetaTools. Currently at a 97,000 market cap. For you, Leonard, I will." He said, "Pull up the chart. Here it is. MetaTools chart. $97,000 market cap.
Looks alright.
Have you heard of MetaTools?"
I haven't. I just was looking at the chart and said the chart looks good. Let's see if it's got a little bit to go. A few people obviously sold where you can see that wick where it hit the previous all-time high. Yep. So let's see what it does on the retest.
We shall see. Leonard, thank you so much for the donation. We appreciate you. By June, we're going to get 12K Bitcoin. We better not, Sage, because that's my birthday. Crypto Puppet said bull market will start mid-2024 to 2028. That is a long range, Crypto Puppet. And that sounds like a cold, long winter. You better get your raincoats because it'll be a cold, long winter. But to make it a little bit warmer, we will be doing this every Monday, 9 a.m. PST, Macro Mondays. Dom, it's good to be back. And Dom, I have to do it one more time. This is my first live stream in over a year. And it's good to be back. I had to get it to you one more time, but next week that joke will be dead. We appreciate you coming on, Dom. We will be back on Monday. Go do your Bybit votes. Support Vamp. New rebranding. project we're bullish on, and more updates coming soon. Dom, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next Monday.